Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. I've been doing many episodes, a little bit tired. Please bear with me. Yesterday, I'm on the roll to something. I'm getting excited by looking at the different expressions in Chinese. Yesterday, we talked about the sentimentality of feeling sorrow, feeling melancholy expressed in poetry throughout Chinese literature. And especially, I guess, it's a school or a lineage, a type of literature that poets will express their emotional struggle through the sceneries, right? It happened in English too. So 伤春悲秋 was this depiction. So now we have 春and 秋, the two seasons. Again, I'm going to skip it because we have many more characters today. As you can see, there are total 7 characters in this expression. 春困秋乏夏打盹. It has nothing to do with, it's not a classical 4-character Chinese phrase formation, right? When it's 7, it could be an extract from a poem, like a stanza, a phrase, a line from a poem, or it could be a contemporary expression. I view it more like a contemporary or more colloquial Chinese expression. It depicts how in different seasons, actually here we have 3 seasons. We skipped the Dong, which is winter. Now we have a spring, fall, and summer. And how people behave was the commonly feeling throughout the 3 seasons are depicted here. So in the springtime, it's bored. Okay, I translate it bored. It could also be like tired, like low energy, springtime. It's done. The contemporary and the traditional Chinese look exactly the same. Except the word, instead of a horizontal line, which is simplification, the classical Chinese use upward arch and downward arch as the 2 sides of the word, right? It's kind of symmetrical and with a vertical line. It's aesthetically more pleasing. And that's our wood symbol, simply because this is the canopy of the wood, and then this arch means a tall space. So from the canopy to the ground, there's a space in there. So that depicts how the wood is expected to look, right? Tall standing tree, basically. And then we have the wood in the middle of this rectangular enclosure space. And that, according to some scholar, means abandoned housing, because normally trees don't grow inside human living quarters. If trees do, that means this house was abandoned a long time ago, that the plants start to grow inside the house. So that's one kind of interpretation. The second one is just like another character involves with wood, but it paired with this half enclosure space visual that the wood below the door frame is Chinese in very indirect way of saying taking a leisure time. If you see the doors and you see the trees kind of outside the door, that means you're inside the door. You're not out in the field. You're not working. You're not productive. You're taking a time off. So that's Chinese way to say leisure. And now in a similar way, like if you have the wood enclosed in the space, that means you're not active. You're not doing things out in the field to be with the wood outside the field, where you're kind of enclosed inside this domestic environment. You're not being a productive member. So that somehow, deduced to be bored by being non-productive, being leisure, I guess. And I guess in another way, we can view the wood symbol in the middle of the enclosure is kind of caged. This wood belonged to outside, but now it's in this human space. So this wood itself could feel bored. So that's another way to explain this. But wood within the box, not a jack in the box, but a tree in the box, is Chinese symbol of boredom. Okay. And 秋乏, okay, 乏 is a flip image of 正. If you see the ancient 正, this and this will written like a flip mirror image, exact like that. That will be the three-toed foot symbol pointing directly toward this sky symbol. If we have one line on top of the frame, it's our sky, and we could also use it as a marker to mean it's the high ground, sky is the limit, kind of benchmarking. We can also use the sky as the destination. That's where we want to go. And then you have your foot pointing toward that destination. That means you know exactly where to go and you know the shortest path of it. You're facing directly to that direction. And that's our 正. That means you're squared, facing toward your goal. You're goal-oriented and you know the pathway. So now the foot was kind of flipped, mirror image, flipped. And that twists the meaning by like it's not exactly goal oriented. You're disoriented from the goal, basically. It's like your foot is not aligned with your destination. And that disoriented somehow deducted as you're tired. So recently I have been reading a book called Effortless. So Effortless is proposing this idea of the goal you want to reach doesn't have to be costing you a lot of effort. In fact, effortless should be the right pathway to reach your goal. Because if you're aligned with your goal and you do it the right way, it should come as effortless, so to speak, like you're in the flow of doing something. So here I kind of refer to that book's concept here as if you're not oriented correctly to your goal, you could exhaust yourself and get very tired, but still you're far away from your goal. You struggle a lot, but not getting closer to the goal because you're not oriented yourself correctly to the goal. And that's our indirect way to say tiring or tired, that we're not doing it the right way. So it's effortful, probably, like it's a lot of effort, but it doesn't give you good result. Okay, 下打盹. We have 下 image come from this. This is our head image. Okay, head image is a simplification of the nose bridge. So this thing is a nose bridge and two nostrils. And this space, I guess, is a super simplified face space. And then you have a nose in there. And then use nose and the whole face represent your head. So your head and super simplified two legs, okay? The whole thing, because the head is a zoom, like a blow up out of proportion on top of the two legs, right? So that's what the language creator meant to direct your attention to. That's the head portion that you want you to look at. So that's this is our head symbol, okay? And then we have this three-finger hand facing downward. That kind of means try to hold onto something, right? And then we have this backward walking sign. So we have long legs sticking out. When we try to walk backwards, we have to stick the full leg out, right? We cannot bend backwards. Our knees doesn't work that way. So that's our backward walking symbol. So we have walking legs and we have two hands holding. So, and we have a head over there. And this was actually the character used to depict people. Actually, it's a Chinese self-referral. So this character was originally created to characterize Chinese people. 下 Chinese oftentimes call themselves 华夏民族. So it's within this geographic region, and 夏 was used as like at least a 华 and a 夏, both of them are symbols to self-refer as Chinese, and Chinese would regard themselves as the descendants of Xia. So somehow along the history, that Xia, Chinese self-referral of their racial label, I guess, 夏人 or 华夏人 or 民族 was used to instead refer to season. So that's something, go figure. I don't know what's the jump over there, why Chinese self-referral turned out to be a season of summer. But okay, that's our summer symbol. 打盹. Okay, together they mean take a nap. So instead of we say take a nap, we say 打 actually means hit. We have this 5-finger hand symbol, and we have a spear-looking kind of a weapon. So that actually means hitting or strike. That's the original meaning. It's pretty aggressive, physically aggressive, violence, incurred action. So that's 打. But then 盹 simply means take a nap. We have eyes involved, so eyes closing. And then 盹, you see this kind of looking like this, right? Same thing, same structure. And it's the sound symbol. And okay, this sound symbol, I often want to read further into the sound, like why language creators pick this particular sound to go with the I symbol. I thought always they have some intentions, because the sound character carries some meaning with it. And so when they create this plus this, it's actually meaning plus this meaning merged together to create a meaning. And this 盹 on the right side actually means, when we explained 春, it's the same of the plant trying to grow from a seed underground to break through the soil to grow above ground. So this breaking through, groundbreaking efforts was quite an effort, right, for the seed. So this plant growing, you can see this curved line also show this strength involved and the efforts involved. Paired with eyes, it means somebody who's tired and kind of shut eyes for a quick moment. So that's our concept to depict 盹. And this is eye symbol. That's easy to look, right? This is just depicting of the eye symbol. And eventually from the horizontal eye, we use this vertical shape to save some space. So I plus this effort, right? This heaviness, this groundbreaking effort together, I mean, nap. And then we often pair this hit a nap to in Chinese way of saying take a nap. So go figure there. I don't know why Chinese hit a nap. I guess nap can be hit. Just like English, we have hit the bed, right? I guess bed can be hit. So here depicts all season except winter time behavior of humans. So in the springtime, you're bored. In the fall, you are tired. And in the summertime, you want to take a nap. And I translate it as all seasonal fatigue. It's like year round. There are just no time to be energetic. In the spring, you're bored. In the fall, you're tired. Of course, like spring and fall are busy farming season, right? You have to plant in the spring within a short time window and even shorter window to harvest in the fall. So that's very labor intensive season. But summer is, well, the farmland maintenance probably not as intense as spring and fall, but still, I guess that's why you have a lot of time to take a nap. But 春困秋乏夏打盹 is a Chinese kind of long-winded way to say you're tired. You don't want to really put in a lot of effort, and you feel tired throughout the seasons. And what you really want to do is to take a nap. You don't feel excited or energized to do things. And I know in 2022, quiet quitting is a thing, right? In the Western media, at least. And also the lie flat. In one episode, we talked about 躺平. It's another trend in China. Like people don't want to do anything. They want to put in minimal efforts. They basically want to lie flat. And lie flat is this take a nap. They want to nap away their life, their time. They don't want to put in efforts. So I guess that's not news. From this language, this phrase, we can see Chinese back then already have this phenomenon depicted in 春困秋乏夏打盹. You simply are tired throughout the seasons. All right, cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.